What's good, family? Thank you guys so much for coming back to Kick It with a Real Raw Brown Skin John. If you're interested, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button so we can keep this content moving around these YouTube streets. You feel me? You ready to do this? All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So this video, I wanted to talk about some of my own personal experiences that I've been going through and how obedience and how surrendering can really transform your life within a matter of an instance. Okay, like it's really just what the divine or your higher self or source, the universe, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really what that energy wants from you. Okay. So I wanted to also point out that, and I'm not saying to anybody out there who is sexually active, I'm not crossing you. I'm not saying nothing about you, what you do. This was just for me on my walk and my journey from what I've been going through and where I'm at now. This is just some regular costume jewelry, but this is my self-love and my celibacy ring. And the reason why I wanted to show y'all that was because this was a deal that me and a divine made. You know, so again, if you out there getting your freak on, I am not here to judge you, please, because trust me, I'll be a dog in the heat. I get it, okay? But for the people who don't have somebody that you're dealing with, or, you know, you don't want to be out there dating and just randomly, you know, sleeping with this guy because you're talking to him, or this girl because you're talking to her, this was a pact that I made with the divine. Like, you know what? I ain't gonna give my body to nobody that doesn't deserve it, or nobody that you didn't send in to me. That somebody I chose egotistically. I don't want that. I want who you sent in, who's divinely orchestrated to walk into my life. Now, we do have some karmic people who are divinely orchestrated to walk in your life to help you and teach you a lesson and help you grow. But I want the one that's here to stay, okay? So that's why I stuck it out, or I'm sticking it out, all right? But also surrendering. I'm gonna get into what I'm talking about with this whole message, but surrendering for me has been a major thing because it's very hard for me to relinquish control. I always gotta know what's gonna happen next. I always gotta know all the details of the details, and then those details. I always gotta know something, you know. And sometimes the divine don't want you to know shit. It ain't time for that. I just need you to trust. You just need to believe in your effort and your work and you have faith in yourself and have faith that things will work out for you in divine timing. Divine timing is a real thing. All right, and this is what I want to get into. So, just recently, about a year ago, I moved out of state from my hometown. I'm from New Jersey, and I moved to a different state. I moved all the way away from my family and any little friends I had left out there. You know, I felt like I always say New Jersey kicked me out because it was just too hard. It was nothing there for me. It was nothing fruitful. It was nothing, you know, and it was just like, why am I here? All my relationships were pretty much tarnished, whether it was friends, family. I hated my job. I didn't have nowhere to live. And it was just time, you know, I was forced out by God, okay? Or by the universe, divine, however you want to reference it, right? And so I left and I moved to a different state, and me and my son, we got our apartment in less than a week, okay? I was searching for an apartment in New Jersey for like 6 months and couldn't find nothing. Nobody would accept me. I came down here and I got accepted. I got approved for an apartment within less than a week, okay? So we did our thing, you know what I'm saying? I worked my butt off. But see, that the one thing I love about the divine is I didn't have to work OD hard. Like, I worked, I did what I had to do, and everything was taken care of. And after that, I had my first official apartment by myself with my son, alone, and I rocked that lease out. Excuse me, get some tea. Don't dry, I feel like I just swallowed a bug. Alright, my bad, y'all. So, yeah, I rocked that lease out. I mean, I didn't miss rent. Thank the divine, thank my spiritual team, my family that be behind me always. Gang, right? But, I rocked it out, and it was great. So, up until literally this past, what was it, July? I want to say the end of July, yeah, my lease was up. because August started, you know, a new one. And I knew that I didn't want to renew my lease, right? But in the midst of that, the property management that I was living under, they switched out. They didn't tell us till like 2 days before they were leaving and the new people were coming. So if you guys are familiar, there's a program called Flex. It helps you pay your rent. They'll pay your rent in whole and you pay them back in partial payments. You pay them back, you know, you give them half by the 5th of the month and then the rest of the rent, you pay at your leisure, you know, before the end of the month, obviously. But it gives you a chance to split your rent in half rather than coming up with the whole full, you know what I'm saying, at once, and you still got other bills and obligations, right? It was a great program. Mind you, I didn't need it the entire year, up until July and August, okay? But this is how the divine works, okay? It felt like shit was falling apart, but here's why. So, like I said, these folks came in, and because they switched property management, everything that we had set up with the old people was done. It was finito. We couldn't make online payments anymore. We couldn't use Flex anymore, and we had to have cashier's check or money order to pay the rent, and they was not accepting any partial payments. So it was like, what? What you mean? And at the time, my job that I was working with, I felt like the hours I was getting versus the money I was getting per hour was just it wasn't substantial anymore, and it was causing me to be a little penny pinchy, and I was like, I don't like this feeling. So I ended up switching it to another job, especially considering what I do. I'm an RBT, as a registered behavior technician, so I work with children who have autism, and it's a difficult job to have. You know, it doesn't have always great days, and trust me, there's always a reward and there's always a challenge, right? So I'm like, I need to at least get paid for what I'm worth, you know, and I just felt like I wasn't there. And so I left. So you see all this transition going on, right? We got leaving a new job, or leaving for a new job, and then the new property management coming in, causing my living situation to be a little more sticky than it, you know what I mean, in the first place. Now my money funny, and now my living situation funny, right? So I tell them people, I'm like, y'all, I just switched jobs. I got bills to pay still. I understand y'all don't really care. Y'all knew, y'all want y'all money, but this is what's going on. Y'all kind of got to give people a little breathing room, because y'all just come in and just, new sheriff in town, bow, give us our rent, period. And you really messed a lot of people up, because I wasn't the only one. Like, I took my paper in the office, like, what is this? And people was in there too, like, what is this? So what ended up happening was I told them, like, look, I'm going to be late on September rent, like, because I had my shit set up a certain way. I came and ruined it. Y'all gonna have to bear with me, right? And I knew that if I was gonna be late for September rent, I more than likely was gonna have to play catch up for October's rent, right? Mind you, I'm on a month-to-month lease lease at this point, because, like I said, my 12-month lease has now officially expired. Meanwhile, I've been waiting for an apartment complex to get back to me. I've been sending in my pay stubs, doing what I gotta do, and these people was taking forever. Mind you, I started the preliminary application back in April. It's October. Okay? So I was waiting on them to come through. That's why I had to start the month-to-month lease. Then the new apartment management came in, started changing shit up. My job acted funny, so then I had to leave. It was just all this transition. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I was just doing great. Like, I was just doing good. And I'm not boastful about it, but I'm so confident and cocky about it sometimes, because I'm like, I do it by myself. I am powered by the divine. I am powered by my ancestors of the highest frequencies, of course, but I'm doing it in the flesh. What other people see is I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? What a baby. Okay? So I be proud of myself. So at this point, I started to feel a little iffy, because I'm like, bro, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So I continue on. I surrender it. I say, you know what? Well, I'm just going to be late. We'll have to pay the late fees, and we just going to take it from there. I can't stress about it. I got to pay my bills. I got to take care of my child and my household still. I'm just going to do what I got to do, and that's going to be that. Like anybody would, right? We can't cry over spilled milk. We just got to work towards buying some more milk. Cleaning up and buying more milk. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was going to do. One day, about, I want to say 2 weeks ago, I get a call at work. And it's my landlord, my property manager. And he's like, hey, well, legally, as a matter of fact, they put a note on my door too. And it was like, because it's legally after 5 days of non-payment of the rent, they can file for eviction. The big E word. And child, I had a heart attack. Oh, eviction. What? Eviction. Soldier Boy voice like, what? I said, I've been fluid on my 12-month lease. Like, I ain't missed a payment. I said, you can go look at my history. I'm not an issue. My lights ain't never been cut off. Like, I'm good out here. Why y'all going to do me like that? So when I took the paper to him, he's still like, you know, the eviction process could take a while. It's just, you know, and I'm just like, bro, there's no way I'm getting you all this back rent. And it's only September and October, but it's just at a lump sum right now, right here, right now, I gotta give it to you. I'm like, I got all this shit going on, right? So I get a call at work and he's like, you know, we're gonna have to go ahead and file, my boss is basically going ahead with the eviction process on behalf of you. And I'm like, okay, if I can get you September rent by a certain time, I was like, if this is the eviction, no, that's what I said, does the eviction notice stands for just September, or does now it include October since we're going into October soon? He said, okay, well, yeah, for the eviction to be lifted, you have to pay both months rent. Bitch, if I can't pay you 1 month rent right now on time, what the fuck make you think I have 2 months rent up front like that? So you're playing in my face and you're not trying to help nobody for real. So I'm like, all right, of course, that got in my system. I cried. Who wouldn't cry? I'm a single parent, a single woman out here trying to make it on my own. I don't got no mama, no daddy, none of that shit. No auntie, no uncle, no brother, no sister that's really there to support me. Shout out to my sister, though. I love you so much, Kaya Boogie. You know I do. And I'm only specifically talking to you because we talk all the time. But you know what I'm trying to say. There isn't anyone here for me to depend on outside of myself. So that was a really stressful situation that was like laying on me. And I'm like, I done did all this work for me to be homeless soon? What the fuck? So my ancestors brought it like this to my attention. And this is why I love them motherfuckers so goddamn much. The divine, my higher self, they all collectively sat me down. Sit down, man. And it made me think back to my whole year and what led me up to this point. They said, all the work that you've been doing, you even started your YouTube channel, you passing out. You are a divine source. We use you. You are a vessel for us. We trust you. We love you. You got to be out your mother-loving mind to sit up here and believe that we would leave you fucking hanging in a situation like this. Is you stupid or is you stupid? Bitch, did you want to slap me in the face or is you going to slap me in the face? Because right now I feel disrespected, like you spitting in my face. I had to say, hold up, I'm sorry. Y'all right, hold on. I had to really think about it, though, y'all. I made it all the way here. I've been supported all this way, and I think they're just going to drop me and leave me hanging right here, right now. I think that my efforts for my damn self, I'm just going to drop me and leave me here, right now. Got to be out my mind, I think okay. Whoa. So after that, and then I called, my boy ended up calling me. Shout out my bro, Jiggy. He always got my back. Called bro, and I'm like, he called me actually. I'm driving home from work. And I didn't want to talk to anybody because I'm like trying to breathe, okay? And he called me and he's like, I'm like, hello? And like, you could tell I'm crying. I'm like, hello? He's like, what's wrong? I hear it in your voice. And I'm like, so I started telling him what happened. And he was just like, you know, I wouldn't worry. Like, it was just something so calm about him. He said, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think that you got that far to get that far. Bitch, God used my mans. He don't even believe in the shit I believe in. God used my mans to speak to me. I don't think you got that far just to get that far. Bitch, it was like a light bulb went over my head. I said, you goddamn Skippy. And then the conversation they were having with me was with the you got to be out your mind to think we're going to leave you high and dry. Child, once I said okay to everything and I surrendered it, I was like, all right, fuck it. Well, I'm just going to go find some resources in the neighborhood, see if I can get some help paying the rent, paying the eviction off, or let's see if I can find some women's shelters in the area. Shit, let's see how much storage will be every month. And if those resources don't come through, shit, I have a vehicle. Let's find somewhere safe to park up, make sure the car is taken care of so we have somewhere to sleep safe. And I'm going to get me a gym membership or get me in. Bitch, I was thinking of everything. Like, me and my son was going to be good. I was like, I'm not failing. Even if we had to hit a couple bumps in the road, I said, I'm not going down without a fight. My name is Nicole Monique. That means Nicole means victory of the people, and Monique means the advisor. Bitch, it is my name. I'm going to have victory. Okay? So, after I adopted that mindset and that energy, I transmuted that negative shit into something positive. Literally, y'all, a week. I remember it was Tuesday. My landlord called me telling me they filed for eviction that next Tuesday. Do y'all know the apartment complex called me back? The one I was waiting for, that I said I was sending them my pay stubs and all. They called me. They said, hey, this so-and-so, we just want to let you know that your application has been approved. When do you want to move in? Bitch. I said, well, you know, in my mind, I'm so all over the place a little. So I'm like, well, you know, I got to let these people know I got to move. And this is going to take 30 days, blah, blah, blah. She said, okay, here's the catch. Here's the catch. I ain't done yet, y'all. 1555, I just seen it. It's still transitioning. Here's the catch. She said, you could just move in slowly. If you can move in this week, I'll prorate your rent for the month of October. You will pay $0. I said, okay. Well, how much is the deposit? $250. $250. I stopped in my tracks. I said I went from almost having to pay $2,000 up front to $200 up front. You see how God moves? Didn't I say I've been going back and forth with these people for months trying to see what the hell was the delay? What was the problem? It was never no problem. God was like, it's not time yet. The divine timing is so important. Had I had it my way, I would have paid their first month rent and that deposit, which I didn't have no problem with. I ain't had no beef with it. When you let the universe, in a plan of the divine, move accordingly to what it was already written for you, child, and have to pay no rent. So it's like, do you see how the divine works? If I would have stayed in that low vibrational mindset and energy, it could have furthered my situation into hell, into the hole. But because I decided to say, you know what, God, I trust you. You know what, divine, I trust you. You know what, self, I trust you. You know what, family, ancestral family of the highest, I trust y'all. I know y'all. Y'all always here with me. How can I fail? Even in the midst when it feels like I'm failing, I'm not failing because I'm being set up for success. What appears to the eye does not always mean that it's true. You know? So I really just wanted to get up here and give y'all an encouraging message. Like, it's not over. It's just not. It seems. It looks bad. It might even feel like that. But it's not going to stay like that. You are the creator. You have the power, though. Like I said, if I didn't change my energy up, I'd probably still be trying to figure out. I'd probably still be delaying my blessings. But because I decided to transmute that energy and say, hey, fuck it. Fuck it. We gonna be good regardless. God said, that's all I wanted you to do. That's all I wanted you to do was just give it back. Give it to me. Give it back to the universe. Give it back. Oh no, this ain't. Eviction. Okay, here you go. Y'all can have that. Can you take care of that for me? Because they playing in my face. They playing in my face, and you just first said copy, copy, got you. And now I went from a one bedroom, it basically felt like a studio because I had like one big ass room. When you walk in, it was like the kitchen and the living room was in one. Then you go to my bedroom, and then the bathroom was inside my bedroom. And that was my whole apartment. It was a blessing for us when we first moved down here because we hadn't had nothing. So I was like, yes. But the divine knew my wishes. I knew what I was manifesting. I said I knew I needed space. And every time I would manifest what I wanted a 2-bedroom for myself and one room for my son and his stuff. And I said I wanted a balcony. This was my only 3 things I had. A balcony, a 2-bedroom apartment. Well, it was really 2. A balcony and a 2-bedroom apartment. I just wanted my son to have his own space. Tired of the man stuff in my room, right? Look what I manifested. But did it come in the way that I expected it to? No. That's why I had an attitude with these motherfuckers, because I was like, what the hell is taking so long? What's the issue? God said, it ain't them, it's me. Stop rushing me. Stop rushing me, ma'am. Now, look at you, foolish. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and don't be judging me with my hat on, child, because I just picked one out the closet and put it on and recorded, okay? But, y'all, I love God. I love divinity. I love being a child of the divine. I love being a chosen one. Because even in the midst of our trials and tribulations, shit that we go through, people have no idea the mud we have to walk through, the trenches, the valley of the shadow of death that we have gone through over and over and over again. They don't know that. They only see the success story that you have. But I'm so grateful to be an example. I'm so grateful to be an example. Because I can tell people I'm somebody who got it out the mud, but I didn't do it alone. I did it with the divine. I did it with unseen forces. You know what I'm saying? People want to call you demonic. People want to judge you because of how you go about it. But my relationship with God ain't yours. So don't step your little Bigfoot funky ass over here trying to tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? God don't. I'm trying to tell you something. The divine know me. Do he know you for real? Do you know your higher self? Because I know mine. I'm walking in it. And even when I'm not, they knock me the fuck back up. I can get it together. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. We can't be perfect. We're on earth. We're here in hell. Can't be perfect. But just because you're in this world don't mean you have to be of it, okay? So don't let this shit, even like eviction and death and all these terrible things, dictate how your shit gonna go, because it don't have to go that way. Even if it is, it don't have to stay that way. Like I said, we don't always take L's. A L is not a loss. It's often a lesson. And once you learn your lesson and you transmute that energy and you do better, you try to be better and do better with that, you got a W. That's a W in itself. Watch where it leads you, though. Watch how the divine's able to work now, because now you have removed your hands. You have removed your musk, your funk from all over it, right? It could breathe now. Now the divine can go in there and clean up. All right. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Hopefully that encouraged somebody. Like, that's not your story. That's a part of your story, but that's not the destination. Okay? I love y'all so much. And as I always say, make sure you keep your shit real, tell the truth. Make sure you keep your shit raw, no holds barred. And then come back and kick it with your favorite brown skin joint, all right? I love y'all so much. Peace.